All right. So, good morning or good afternoon, everybody. Just as a heads up, I just want to take you through what you should have already accomplished today. Number one, you should have gotten your bell work done. You should be on that third rectangle down. New bell work should be complete. Number two, you want to make sure that you have submitted your portfolio entry here for quarter number two. This will be for a grade. So, please make sure you do this. This is also to help you in the future when you get ready to actually do your portfolios at the end of the third marking period. So remember, this assignment is due by the end of the day, 2:40 on Wednesday. Make sure you get it done. Now, today what we're going to do is I need you to take out the carnival packets I gave you yesterday. They look exactly like this. So I need you all right now to go ahead, just put away all your things, but take out the carnival packet I gave you yesterday. So go ahead and pause this video while people get out their carnival packets. Now that everybody has their carnival packets out, we started with some things yesterday. Now, what we started with yesterday was a packet that looks very similar to this. And what our goal was to start to look at how some of these different games actually work. And your goal was to try to figure them out to the best of your ability. So for today, we're going to have you start looking at what you actually want to do. So first and foremost, there are four things right here. So most of the classes, you for sure saw the roller ball, which is the bowling ball rolling down the track, or the pool ball rolling down the track. You for sure saw the ball and ramp game, which was the activity where the person was throwing a wiffle ball against the ramp and it was supposed to fall into a laundry basket. And then you for sure saw the racing parabolas, which were the balls that were put on the different curved ramp, and they would actually end at the exact same time, even though they started at different heights. So what I want you to do is this: just come up with four questions. What questions do you have so far about carnival games? Don't focus on this idea that they're trying to rip you off. Yes, I know the YouTube video talks about how they may be different and how they may be looking to rip you off, but I don't want your questions to focus on that. Let's not focus on that right now. Let's just focus on this idea of how physics might be involved with it. Are there certain advantages to knowing the actual game itself? Can you beat the game? Are there games that are impossible to win? These are all questions that I would ask. So I'm going to have you write down just four questions, general questions about carnival games. So go ahead and pause the video, and I want you to write down four questions about carnival games. Now that you're done writing those four questions, I'm going to have you now look at this. Here's the research portion of this carnival game. Today, you're going to form groups. Now, when you form these groups, as you see over there on the whiteboard, your groups have to be between 1 and 5 people. I cannot have a group of 6. If there are 6 people in a group, there is usually 2 people who aren't getting much done. So I need the max that it can be is 5. You can also have a group of just one person. You can go solo with this. But what's going to happen is the sub is going to give you a little bit of time, and you're going to form your groups. And once you've formed your groups, you're going to go ahead and I want you to research 7, at least 7. Brainstorm. Any idea is fine, but I want you to find at least 7 examples of a carnival game. Okay, so how could you find these carnival games? You could search carnival games on Google. You can search carnival games DIY. These are all examples and ways that you can find a carnival game. So I want you to come up with a list of at least 7, because you're going to have to narrow it down once you come up with 7. So go ahead, form your groups now. Remember, groups can be as large as 1 to 5, and then I want you to brainstorm and come up with a list. Everybody needs this list. Even if you're a group of 5 people, everybody needs to have something in this list. I'm going to pause the video now and go and find your groups. Now that you're in groups of at least 1 to 5 and you've come up with your list of 7, now we have to narrow down the possibilities. So I want you to narrow it down to 3 that are actually obtainable. And I'm going to have you try from those 3 to come up with 1. So let me give you some examples, what it could look like. You could look like games like this. This game here is an easily and definitely an obtainable game to build. You could build this, no problem. You could also build something that looks like this. This is a basket toss game. Once I said, easily to build. What is another type of game you could build? Let's look over here. And you have this one here, which is a version of what you just saw. Or you could even look at this golf game here. There's a bunch of different ones out there. Remember, you're going with ones that are obtainable and that you can actually build. So once you're in these large groups, we now have to start narrowing it down of what you are actually able to build. So in this space down here, you are going to plan out everything. I want you to plan exactly what this carnival game is going to look like. How are you going to get these supplies? How large of the carnival game is it going to be? If you need to figure out measurements, there are meter sticks that are in the back of the room. I have no problem with you using those. But I want you to start drawing and planning how are you going to build this carnival game. You've probably come up with a list of 7. We're going to get it down to 3. Now, hopefully down here, we're going to narrow it down to 1. So what are some supplies that I will have for you? Unlimited supplies are going to come in the form of wood. I can get you all the wood you need to have this game work. All of this wood here I used from Mrs. Song's room. You can clearly use this wood as well. I need wooden dowels. If you need to use track, I can get your group track. If you need screws and nails and hammers and drills, I will bring all of that stuff in. But when it comes to building this actual game, like this basket toss game is pretty large. It's probably 4 or 5 feet tall. It's probably at least 4 feet wide. Where are you going to get these buckets from? Do you have baskets at your house? Do you want to go to the dollar store and purchase your own baskets? You can gladly do that. Do you need cardboard? In this case, you can make this game all out of cardboard. It doesn't have to be out of wood. If you're going to make it out of cardboard, how much cardboard do you need? Do you have the amount of cardboard? If you need to make this bouncy portion down here, how are you going to make it? What supplies do you need? I really want you to have a good plan. You need to have a plan for this activity today. Now, how it'll have to work is this is the planning process. So I want you to draw this all out in this space here. Are there things at your house that you can start to bring in? And then once you've come up with your plan on how you are going to build your one carnival game, I want you to look at this. Start coming up with questions regarding the carnival game. What specific ways are best to win? Why do other methods cause you to lose? What aspects do there seem to be about acceleration? How might kinetic and potential energy be involved? These are all questions. I need you to come up with at least 10 questions, and you're going to write it in this space on the other side. So remember, tomorrow, this is the whole purpose of today is to plan. You will see me on Thursday. I will go over these plans with you. I will help you further make these plans better, but I want you to have a start. Okay? So for the rest of the hour, I want you to plan out your entire carnival game. I want you to figure out what supplies you need, how much of these supplies you need, can you bring this stuff from home, and last but not least, 10 questions about your carnival game, and that's going to go all right here. That's on that second page. What questions can you come up with that you think you can actually research and determine and figure out about your carnival game? So go ahead for the rest of the hour. Make sure you work on this. Good luck.